My name is Baleka Kunyeda. I'm the head of Sharon Cohen Special School in Chitungwiza. We are a special school that caters for learners who are intellectually challenged or learners with intellectual disability. Our catchment area where we get the kids is all over Chitungwiza. So our current enrollment stands at 75. We have 53 boys and 22 girls, making a total of 75. We enroll our learners through the school's psychological services, which is a Ministry of Education department. They are the ones that give us the learners. So the age group that we have currently ranges from 4-year-olds to 25 years. So at 25, that's when our adult learners graduate from the school and we reintegrate them into the community. So as soon as the child gets here, we introduce our curriculum, is the mainstream curriculum. So we water it down to suit the level of the learners that we have here. Instruction is individualized. We don't do group teaching here. We concentrate, each teacher concentrates on the child's weaknesses and abilities and build on those. Our curriculum starts from activities of daily living. These activities of daily living such as toilet training. We train the learners to go to the toilet, grooming, feeding, and socialization, what the child is expected to do or to behave in society. We also do behavior modification. The types of intellectual disabilities that we have here, we have learners with Down syndrome, we have learners with cerebral palsy and intellectual disability occurring together. We have learners with intellectual disability and also physical disability occurring together. We also have learners with autism. So all in all, those are the varieties of intellectual disabilities that we have here. As I said earlier, our catchment area is Chitungwiza. So we ferry our learners to school daily using the school bus. In the morning, we make 2 trips, one trip for Seke area, the other trip for Zengeza. And likewise, in the afternoon as well, we transport them back to their homes. They cannot walk on their own because of the nature of their disability and their vulnerability. So we also prepare some meals for them here. Currently, we are only affording one hot lunch in the afternoon, where we give them sadza and vegetables. Sometimes, if funds permit, we give them rice and chicken. At break time, we used to give them mayo and sometimes tea, but because of the economic challenges that are bedeviling our economy, we are failing to give them anything at break time. So they bring their lunch boxes from home for break time. Our learners do not sit for examinations, any form of examinations, due to the nature of their disability, which affects the intellect. So we concentrate more on vocational skills training. From activities of daily living that I mentioned earlier, as the child grows and masters concepts, we introduce the child or the learner to practical skills that are relevant to their communities. Activities like home management, the child should be able to look after his surroundings at home. The child should be able to sweep, to mop floors. The child should be able to make a simple meal, like making some porridge, like making a cup of tea. The child should be able to do some laundry work, washing small items of clothing and ironing them and picking them as well. The child is also introduced to gardening work, like making beds, growing plants, and marketing them as well. Then from practical skills, the child is now a young adult. When the child is now a young adult, we introduce the learners or the children to vocational skills like poultry keeping, where they look after broiler chickens, they look after layers. We train them in marketing as well, how to sell the proceeds to the local community who supports us. We also introduce them to sewing. They make lovely sheets here, bed sheets, that we sell again to the local community. They also make doormats, which they sell again to the local community. And it also helps the learners to be occupied even at home. So craft work, like knitting as well, they do that here. So those are some of the activities that they do. And besides that, they also partake in sporting activities. If you look just behind you, there are a lot of shields, there are trophies. They compete with other Zimke centers in Harare and around Zimbabwe. The sporting calendar is like just normal schools, whereby in term 1 they do athletics, term 2 is meant for ball games, term 3 is meant for music. The sporting activities that they do is adapted sporting. That is what they do. For instance, a normal football game should be 90 minutes and is played by 11 players. But because of the disability of these learners, they play 5-a-side soccer, which is played by 5 players only in a team. And the time that they take to play is also limited. So that is what is called adapted sport. They also play against other classes like resource units and special classes that are in the district, like here in Chitungiza. There are Paralympic games that are played every year, and the learners also partake in those games. So basically, that is what we do here at Sharon Cohen Special School. We have 11 qualified teachers. In fact, they are specialist teachers. They are teachers who are trained in special needs education. So we have 11 of them, including myself. In non-teaching staff, we have 12 of them, to make a total of 23. We also have nurse aides here who look after the learners, because some of them they have epilepsy, some of them are on medication. So the nurse aides here help in managing those conditions. We also have a driver who drives the school bus. We have a cook who works in the kitchen preparing the meals, and we also have grounds personnel. We have numerous challenges that we are facing as a school. In fact, all of them are major challenges that we are failing to meet. During the COVID-19 lockdown period, our bore broke down. So we are in dire need of a submersible pump, which we cannot afford presently. Our stove, which is an industrial stove, also broke down. It's not functioning. So this is the other challenge that we would want to be assisted with. Then our bus is now very old, considering the work that it does every day, the trips that it takes every day. It's now very old, and we are failing even to meet the services that it needs. So it's now very old. We would surely be glad if someone would come to our aid with a new bus. We have challenges in the area of food. Food is now expensive. Toiletries, we require a lot of toiletries here. And to add in to our plight on the bus is that of fuel. Fuel is now sold in US dollars. You rarely get a service station where fuel can be purchased in RTGS. So fuel-wise, we need about 80 liters per week. So if you multiply that in a month's time, we need about 320 liters. And to purchase that, it is done in US dollars. So I think those are the major challenges that we have here. We do activities around the school, like we are supported by the school's nutrition garden, where we grow a variety of vegetables. We also have the school field where we grow crops like maize. We grow maize. We also grow some additional vegetables there. So this time we haven't started on it because of the rains are just erratic, and inputs are also very expensive. Yes, we need maize seed, we need fertilizers, but we haven't started because our school coffers are almost dry. So it becomes another challenge. We also have a greenhouse. The greenhouse was donated by the Cohen family. So currently we are planting English cucumbers. Early in the year we had tomatoes, which did very well. So over the weekend, the groundsmen we have been planting the English cucumber, which we hope will do very well. The Cohen family has done so well for the school. They've done so well for the school, such that we would want to applaud them so much. And we hope that they continue doing so, because they are helping us a lot. They help us monthly with fuel and feeding for the learners. So we want to thank them so much. There is a lot that they've done for the school, including the infrastructure. It's all the Cohen family. So we want to thank them so much for helping learners at Sharon Cohen Special School.